Hey YouTube, how's it going? More Sports Network here, back with another video. This one is just a quick reaction to a sporting event that just happened that means a lot to me personally. I just got out of a shower, as you can see. It was a pretty sad shower because I'm an Ohio State fan and we just lost to Michigan at home in basketball. Still not in football. Very long time since they've done that. I just had to throw that little jab in at the beginning. But good for Michigan. Good for Juwan Howard. This is a huge win for them. And I just wanted to get some thoughts off my chest here, reacting to this. Because there were some things that did upset me in this game as an Ohio State fan. But again, hats off to Michigan. We're both really good teams this year. And I look forward to seeing you in the Big Ten tournament. So to start off, oh my God, you have something really good in Hunter Dickinson, and I really, really hope that he is gone after this year and decides to go to the NBA. I think he's that good too, and I just really hope that he does end up deciding to do that because, good Lord, he was just a monster on the glass, really good at putbacks. So many times I thought, oh, what good defense, we close at this possession, and then here comes flying in Hunter Dickinson, putting something right back in for extra points for Michigan. He had, 22 today? I think 22 and 9 was his. I have the stats over here, so I don't know why I'm being confused about that. So really good stuff from him. As an Ohio State fan, again, I'm pretty happy that we shut down Franz Wagner. I hate the Wagners as a Buckeye fan, especially Mo. So that felt pretty good. Shondae Brown and Eli Brooks, the two guards. Ohio State's guards, the team as a whole just needs to play better defensively. And the guards did everything they needed to. Mike Smith, not as much. He had like 11. But Shondae Brown had 15 and Eli Brooks had 17. So that was pretty bad. First half, I think, gave up 10 for 13 from 3, and then we completely shut down the 3 points in the second half. And by that, I mean Michigan shut themselves down because they still had open looks. They just couldn't hit them. But they still ended up winning the game. They actually did better in the second half, scoring-wise, despite only hitting, I believe, 1-3. So good on Michigan for adjusting. And I guess good for Ohio State for not allowing as many threes. Positive notes, because I got to throw those in there. This should be a sad day. Even though it was a 5-point loss to the number 3 team in the country, you can't be too mad about that. Dwayne Washington, 30 points, his career high by far. Good stuff from him, even if it was in garbage time. And then E.J. Liddell, double-double, 23 points. I really, really wish he stops taking those, like the 15-foot jumpers. If you watch the game, you know what I'm talking about. Those are good shots usually for him, but contested by like Hunter Dickinson or Davis or one of those guys from Michigan. I think Livers was in there contesting as well. It's just not a good shot when it's contested. And so Michigan took advantage of that. Liddell missed a bunch of those. I think if he just drove to the basket, potentially drew a foul on a lot of those, this game kind of goes a little differently. As well, Justice Suing didn't have his best game. He wasn't really able to shoot the ball very much, but he sort of ended the game behind the back pass. No one was looking. Just sails right to a Michigan player. He fouls, 3-point swing. Michigan wins by 5. So before those fouls at the end of the game, with a chance to win, Ohio State would have had a chance to tie the game with Washington, with that big 3 he made at the end of the game, if that turnover never happened. Other things, I wish Zed Key could finish better. He's looking really good, really promising, played really good defense on Dickinson at times. And then we just need to get another scorer involved. I don't care who it is. Today was C.J. Walker, and I don't know if that's his job. I think you need to have a Justin Ahrens good performance from him, or Kyle Young can have like a 12-point game in him every now and then. Justice Suing needs to do more. And if those things can happen, Ohio State is in a very good spot to win games in the tournament this year. Michigan. I saw a really good tweet that I think exemplifies this game really well. Michigan can win the NCAA tournament this year. Ohio State could win. And that's kind of what I'm here to talk about in my frustration. They had 2 scores today, and they still can't play defense. And that's like Chris Coltman. That's one of his calling cards. Is a really good defense. I think Ohio State's ranked like 70th in the nation in defense on KenPom, which just isn't going to cut it in the NCAA tournament when you're playing Baylor, Gonzaga, Creighton. There's the three-point shooting teams. All those Big 12 teams will kill you for that. Even Houston, who has struggled this year, but I remember a couple years ago Ohio State played Houston. They weren't even in the same ballpark. So Ohio State, I think the offense is figured out, and Michigan has some really good defenders on that team. Like Franz Wagner shut Justice Sueing down. So, like, you can't do much about that when a player is at the caliber that Franz Wagner is. And then Kyle Young had his difficulties because of how good and talented Michigan's big men are. So it's a frustrating situation as a Buckeye fan, but there's a lot of things you see that you like. Two really talented teams played each other today. I think the better one won at the end of the day, but as a Buckeye fan, I'm in denial of that. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about there on this game. So congratulations, Michigan fans. If you're here to roast me, please do that in the comments below. Get this video going around YouTube. If you're an Ohio State fan, pour one out in the chat for me. I got a water here. Here, hold on. Let's see if I'll just pour one out right here. This is a really bad idea. I had like a cup in my lap, but I'm definitely going to miss. So I'll just take a drink of water for the Bucks today. That was really awkward and horrible, and so I'm going to leave that in there. That's all for me today, though, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Mo Sports Network. If you liked the video, make sure you press that like button down below. If you didn't like it, dislike it, tell me why in the comments. If you really liked it, go ahead and press that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Mo Sports Network, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully on a happier note. Peace out.